a lot of us are, stuck at home because of not only the current situation with, the campus and with our jobs and whatnot, but also, Harris County, Houston, has basically put a blanketed stay-at-home order. So a lot of us are stuck here. So what are some things? What?
Galveston.
Yeah,
like
Galveston.
The day before.
Yeah. So what are some tips that you have for those that are currently stuck at home? How are you coping? What are you doing to stay without the cabin fever, I suppose?
I'm not coping.
If you know, let me know. Just, honestly, I think I have not done this yet, but I've seen a lot of people talk about doing your dream chores. Basically, chores that you always meant to do, but it's just
What's
a
an
lot of
example
time
of that?
So cleaning out your fridge, doing a deep clean of your fridge, or stuff like that.
Oh, I cleaned out my pantry day one.
But,
day one, I was
I'm
organizing my pantry.
Or cleaning their oven, just because they have now time on their hands. I think this is a great time. This is what I've been doing, just catching up on all your TV, all your podcasts. That's what I've been doing. I've also been sleeping a lot. A lot of sleeping because, sleeping passes time and you don't realize it.
It does?
Yeah, I've actually been kind of the opposite. The first few days I slept in till 1, and I was like, I can't do this. I'm going to go crazy if I sleep away all the days. I'm going to feel lazy. So, especially this week, I've kind of started to try to be more strict on myself about actually waking up, at the time I would wake up if I was going to go to school that day.
Mm-hmm.
And also trying to be more productive and just not sitting on the couch watching TV all day. I started reading again. I picked up some of the books that I always want to read, but I'm no, I'm going to get into this book and then I'm going to avoid my schoolwork.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm trying to read and do things that aren't staring at a screen as best I can.
Yeah.
But also I have to stare at a screen for, school and work. So
this week is the first week I really started to not just wear pajamas all day and actually change clothes.
Me too.
I'm
not going to say how many outfits.
My roommate literally said to me this morning when she saw me, "You're wearing real clothes."
I think that's helped my mood a lot, I feel. But I don't really have any solutions. I
really think the thing that has helped me the most is doing this, getting on FaceTime or Google Hangouts or whatever it is with not for school,
mm-hmm.
with my friends and stuff. Being able to connect face to face with people, I think is so important because the biggest thing about this is isolation and losing touch with the people that you usually see.
Mm-hmm.
And not losing touch, y'all aren't friends anymore, but losing the ability to have face-to-face conversations with people. I think we really take advantage of that.
Mm-hmm.
So I think this has been the thing that has uplifted my spirits the most is literally logging into Google Hangouts and talking to you guys at the Signal. Not to be super wholesome or anything.
This is why my camera's off because I'm not gonna cry. The struggle's been real. Y'all, I'm sure the people listening understand. Literally, it's so tough because you're so used to having a routine and seeing the people you usually see. Even the other day when I went to the office, it was just me and our advisor, Talene, and literally I was if I would have known that these would have been the last times we would have been working together as a full team in person, I would have had more time to reflect on it more and actually appreciated it because it's so different because you walk in there and it's it's so quiet, there's nobody around, and it's just you have to be social distanced. And before I left I was if I could hug you I would, but I can't.
One of my best friends, she works at a hospital, and honestly, what's keeping me sane is knowing that I am not going through that.
Yeah.
I'm uncomfortable. I don't want to do this. I'm very extroverted, and I am a homebody kind of, but more I get to go out. I get to go to school. I get to go to work.
Mm-hmm.
I get to go to the grocery store. I get to go to a restaurant. Like, just getting out is like not being able to do that is like driving me insane. But what really brings me back down to earth is realizing that for the people who do have to leave their houses, it's like a lot more stress and a lot like it's just she's like constantly like on the brink of like a nervous breakdown, and it's like okay, I'll it helps me reflect on like I'm gonna complain. Don't get me wrong, I love complaining, but it brings it
back to reality of there's people who have it like a lot worse.
Yeah, like Emily, stop complaining about your lack of Jesus problem. I mean, I'm going to do it. I'm just more like there are real problems in the world, but
yeah.
For right now, the fact that I have maybe 20 Cheez-Its left is bad.
Like it's a personal problem, but not the biggest problem.
Exactly.
I find myself really like I contemplate my situation a lot because. Like Lindsay, I'm like our boss, Lindsay, she has been kind of touching base with, I'm sure most of us, like individually. And every time I speak with her, I feel like, not every time I speak with her, but she's been really good about sending me resources that could potentially help me since, I lost my job and I have the job stopped, but the bills don't stop. And so I feel almost like I'm always contemplating my situation because her and like Angie and who used to be one of my bosses have sent me these different resources, like things to apply for, like grants and stuff like that. And I like think about my situation and I just feel like I'm like there's no way, like I can't in good faith like apply for these things because I feel like even though my situation sucks and I like don't have money to pay my bills and I'm like stressed about it, I'm like I feel bad like applying for those things because I still feel like I don't have it worse than somebody else does. Like there's got to be way more people out there who have it way worse than I do. And it like sucks thinking about that because I'm like, I feel like my situation sucks. And I know that there's someone out there who's like dealing with it 50, 100 times worse than I am. And I don't know, it just really makes you think about like the real implications of COVID-19. I mean, like what people are going through in this like worldwide pandemic that most of us are so lucky that we can like sit at home and make jokes about it on Facebook and stuff. And then there's people who are facing like actual real problems every single day because of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It just, it distorts, like it's reality, but it's also very distorted, if that makes sense. Like, let's just get real, I don't have any problems. I mean, I'm going slightly insane, but I don't have any problems.
Yeah.
Where it's like people who have lost their jobs, there's like,
and it's like you, and even like on like Twitter, I've been seeing people posting like to consider people who are like in abusive relationships and are having to stay with their abuser, people who are already severely depressed and like have contemplated suicide stuff before. Like there's a lot of things that I don't think a lot of people like really think about just on the bigger level, that there are people who do have it worse. But I think that doesn't also negate that we are also having our own personal problems and such. Like a lot of things, not to make this a counseling session, but like even for me, like I don't I'm not the type of person that like talks about my feelings and things like that. But it has been hard. It's been like super difficult in terms of not necessarily, I am privileged in the fact that I have a roof over my head, I have food on the table, like I have the necessities that I need. But, it has been stressful in terms of, my job and in terms of like not being able to have the sense of normality that I think we all are kind of grasping for. But I also know that, you know, what I'm struggling through is not even equal to what someone else is. And I think we could end up going, you know, continuing down that line of thought, but that doesn't mean that we should just, you know, not seek out the help that we need if we need it, you know.
I think the mental health conversation.
Thanks for your therapy.
The mental health conversation, I feel like it's like we're dancing around the topic, I feel a lot, because I feel like the people who are saying like, oh guys, make sure you're aware of mental health are people who are already struggling with it, and they're like trying to better other people, and they're neglecting themselves. Like when you're like, oh, people who are like already depressed, I was like, oh, me. And I was like, oh, but I'm fine. Like it's like when I struggle with like monotony, like that's what gets me down, and like it's my life is that right now. And so I was like, but no, I'm fine, I'm good. Like there are people who are worse, and like, but I feel like that's a lot of like you're just negating your own problems because someone else needs your attention more. You know,
I feel the same way, and I mean, I feel like in my day-to-day life, that's why I'm always planning things. Like people are always asking me, like, my friends always are like, how are you always going on all these trips and things? And it's because like that is my self-care. Like my self-care is saving my money not to like buy material items or, you know, do whatever else with it, but it's like saving my money to be able to go out and do things, like go on trips and stuff like that. And obviously I don't go on trips like all the time, but not being able to do anything out of the normal, like waking up every day in my apartment and being in my apartment all day and then going to bed in my apartment, like it is almost maddening. Like I feel like I'm going crazy, and I don't mean stir crazy. Like I literally feel like out of my mind about it because I'm just
it's like Groundhog's Day.
It's like the day that never ends.
Your days get so confused, and it's like I kept thinking yesterday was Saturday for the longest time, and then the day before that was like a Sunday. It's a non-stop just day that just keeps getting gradually worse.
When spring break got extended the extra week, I was like, because like I came back from New York, because I was in New York for 5 days, like with CMA, and like where we went gold. It's not promotion, but I was like, oh, thank God, I'm gonna be able to like stay at home for a couple of days and just
literally
relax. And like I was so excited, and like I was excited for 2 days. And then I was like,
exciting became daunting very quickly.
I was so excited because like my final day of my quarantine is Saturday, and I was like,
you can't go nowhere.
Somewhere. And then Paris
go to the grocery store or go somewhere.
Honestly, I'm going to like go to the grocery store. Like
I'm legit going to Popeyes on Friday if it's not closed.
I'm just like,
we get paid too.
I'm going absolutely bonkers.
Going outside has been good too. Like yesterday, I sat outside with my roommate, like just to sit outside. Like we have a little courtyard, like right next to our apartment. Like when you walk down the stairs from our apartment, there's like a little courtyard right there. And so we like just sat outside, and I was like, wow, outside. This is what outside is like.
I feel like it's so stressful. It's like stressful because I can't do anything. And I feel like I need to be doing something.
And that's where I'm at too. It's like I feel like I have the time to do things that I've always wanted to do, like just for fun. But then when I start to do them, it's like having the motivation to, and then also feel like when I do those activities, then I feel like I'm neglecting, you know, things I should be doing, like productively. And like, well, then I feel bad about it because like I'm not technically on my normal schedule. It's just all nuts. Can I just say I really love your sign back there that says Quarantine Queens.
Can you read that?
What? Oh, I could not.
It says Quarantine Queens.
Have you just been staring at that?
I kept trying to read it, and it's like, oh, that's what it says.
The letterboard.
I can't see the letterboard at all.
It's like in the corner of my screen right here, but I don't know how you're able to read that.
Well, whenever you come up on like on the full screen, I can see wider of everything, and so I could see
that does make
up to
sense.
that wall. Yeah, so I could read the full thing.
Quarantine queen.
So speaking of shouting out, it's time for Signal Shoutout. So for this segment, each of the panelists will shout out a person, place, or thing of their choice, something that you think that people should be made aware of.
You know, I should have really prepared to say something considering I've known about this.
I'll go first. I'll say that I will shout out that actually Alyssa brought this to my attention. It's on Instagram. It's an account called Love is Quarantined. If you love the show Love is Blind like I do, you should really look into Love is Quarantined. It is hilarious. It's an online version of Love is Blind that they're, it's very makeshift, so don't expect it to be like grand productions. It's literally like people just sending in videos from their home and being put into like quote unquote virtual pods and talking to the other person and having these conversations. And then you see on the Instagram feed the video reactions of these people, and some of them are pretty funny. One guy didn't even realize that his videos were being shown to like 15,000 people. So that was fun. So yeah, Love is Quarantined.
I am going to shout out two things because it's me. I can never only shout out one thing. One, it's on Netflix. It's called Dairy Girls. Everyone go watch this. I am so tired of telling people to go watch this show. Like, I'm obsessed with it. And
I had a, sorry. It has to do with Dairy Girls when you're done.
Oh, no, you can talk about Dairy Girls. I'm good with that.
There's the YouTube channel that I love called Cold Crush Pictures, and he only talks about movies. And when he did his top 10 movies of 2019, he's like, I'm not qualified to talk about TV, but that it's been a great year. And then he mentioned Dairy Girls.
I'm telling you guys, it is the funniest. And they're like, there's only 12 episodes, and they're like 23 minutes long each. And like, you need captions though, because they're very Irish.
Yes.
I'll listen to it. I'll watch it. I'm looking for things to watch.
And then second would be
I just thought of something great.
on YouTube.
Can't wait to come back to me.
So someone, they do like Vlogmas on YouTube. This girl, Colleen Ballinger, she is doing a Vlarch, which is vlogging for March, which she started before everything got quarantined. And so, the first couple of vlogs are kind of fun and cute. But, the last couple ones have been, she says, daily in her life. Which is, I can't leave my house. And I feel, seen.
Vlarch sounds like a STD.
Yes, I think she did it because it sounds so terrible.
They're STIs now, Brandon.
Oh, sorry, STIs, excuse me.
But no, it's really fun. I was I also just walk around, get on my computer, walk around, eat some bread, walk around, make dinner, go to
Bread
sleep.
is good.
I'll make my shout out food related, but it's movies. So I watched 2 movies last night. One is okay, so maybe it's not a shout it out, but it's called Toast. But I have to talk about that so I can talk about the real pick. We watched Toast, which is about this UK foodie that we've never heard of, so didn't matter as much. And then Bookie was like, let's watch a biopic about food of somebody we know, which we don't know her that much, but we watched Julia and Julie, or Julie.
Oh, yeah. With the Meryl?
That movie was so fascinating, and I was all on the Wikipedia and stuff like that reading during the movie.
It was good. My shout out is I think I brought this up to y'all before, but I'm not sure. My shout out is on Netflix. It's called The Circle.
Oh, yes.
I haven't watched
You need to go watch it.
Yeah.
I didn't think I was going to like it. There's 12 episodes in the US version. There's also a Brazil version. And I tried to watch it, but they talk so fast. It's really hard to read the subtitles. It's not hard, but they talk pretty fast.
Yeah.
Anyway, but The Circle is this show, and it's a competition, and essentially it starts with 8 people who are living in an apartment, in the same building, all separate apartments, and they never actually meet each other, and they only interact with each other in The Circle, which is a made-up social media platform. And when they create their profile for The Circle, it's they can either decide to be themselves, or they can create a fake character that they think will be popular in the circle, and the way it works is essentially the person who is like the most popular in the end wins $100,000. And I didn't think I would like it, but my roommate got me on it, and it's so good. Like, you gotta watch it, trust me.
Okay.
I still have like half the episodes left to watch, but it was fun.
I guess since we're on the topic, I'll just shout out like Netflix entirely because it's been keeping me sane. So yeah.
I think we all owe a lot to Netflix right now.
I know.
Yeah.
And if you guys ever, are listening and want to join and watch it with your friends, Netflix Party is really cool. You can have a chat while you watch your show simultaneously. Thank you guys for watching. For more episodes, go to uhlsignal.com. Any final comments?
Stay safe.
Wash your hands.
Wash your hands.
Yeah. Disinfect things.
Wash your hands.
Don't use all your toilet paper.
Bye.
Coronavirus.
Oh, Lord. All right.